Hello everyone, welcome to Life Simplified. Sorry about the interruptions. Yeah, today our internet was a little volatile. By tomorrow, I think it should be fixed up. So let's begin with today's session. And today we will be talking about how sometimes the difficult, sometimes the paths they seem to be difficult, but how to find a fine line between which path to choose is what we're going to talk about today. Okay. So before we begin, let us start with a short invocation. So please keep your palms open. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again deeply. Exhale. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Master Choa Kok Sui, to all the great ones, Holy Gurus, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels and Spiritual Helpers, to my higher soul and my divine self, we humbly invoke for your presence in this session. Thank you for blessing us with divine light, divine love and divine power. Thank you in full faith. So be it. Gently open your eyes. Okay, welcome back. Okay, just settle down. So, the topic for today, what we are going to have a discussion on is how difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. Okay? So, बहुत बार हमारे लाइफ में ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग के पास दो चॉइसेस होती हैं. बहुत बार जब हम लोग को इम्पॉर्टेंट डिसीजंस लेने होते हैं लाइफ में, सो वी ऑफन हैव लाइक टू चॉइसेस और समटाइम्स मे बी मोर, बट बहुत बार हम लोग दो चॉइस पे फंस जाते हैं और दो चॉइस में हमेशा एक चॉइस ऐसी होती है जो थोड़ी डिफिकल्ट लगती है और दूसरी चॉइस जो होती है वो कभी कभी ईजी लगती है. एंड ऑफ द टू अंदर में बहुत बार एक देयर इज लाइक अ टेनिस मैच दैट गोज ऑन इन आवर माइंड्स व्हिच वन टू चूज. सो दो रास्ते हैं, एक रास्ता डिफिकल्ट है लेकिन एक रास्ता ईजी है. ओके, सो दिस एक्चुअली इज इन रिलेशन टू आवर डे टू डे लाइफ कि बहुत बार we often have a choice to take an easy path. Okay, the easy path always gives us gains, yes, but it gives us very short term gains. जो easy रास्ते होते हैं या shortcuts होते हैं कभी कभी in life, they kind of give us short term gains, especially if it is connected to the virtues. So on a spiritual path, लॉन्ग टर्म में अगर हम लोग को ब्यूटी चाहिए, लॉन्ग टर्म में अगर हम लोग चाहते हैं कि हमारा डेस्टिनेशन बहुत ही अच्छा रहे या हमारी लाइफ बहुत ही अच्छे से आगे बढ़े, सो वी ऑलवेज हैव टू टेक द पाथ ऑफ द राइट वर्च्यूज. नाउ लेट मी गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. लेट्स स्टार्ट फर्स्ट विद मे बी द वर्च्यू ऑफ से ऑनेस्टी. सो ऑनेस्टी, अब बहुत बार हम लोग के पास दो ऑप्शन होते हैं. छोटा सा झूठ बोल देंगे तो अभी एक बार का मुझे फायदा मिल जाएगा. यू विल बी टेम्प्टेड. The universe will tempt you. The universe will give you circumstances where you will feel कि नहीं यार, ये बात अगर हम थोड़ी सी झूठ बोल देते हैं तो मेरा अभी तो काम निकल जाएगा. And we feel that it is a smart thing to do. The difficult path is actually the path of honesty, where you have to say the truth, but maybe the truth is painful and maybe the truth is not very easy to say. But in the long term, which we cannot see it as of now, so हम लोग बहुत अपनी जो विजन होती है उसको शॉर्ट टर्म कर देते हैं. तो जब शॉर्ट टर्म करते तो हम लोग यही सोचते हैं कि ठीक है, अभी तो ये बोलना मेरे लिए ज़रूरी है, ये झूठ बोलना सपोज मेरे लिए ज़रूरी है, बिकॉज वी आर लुकिंग एट अ शॉर्ट टर्म गेन. सो दीज आर द टाइम्स वेयर वी हैव टू रिमाइंड आवरसेल्व्स दैट लॉन्ग टर्म हमारे जो वर्च्यूज़ है वो लॉन्ग टर्म में हम लोग को बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदा देते हैं और बहुत ज़्यादा हम लोग को एक जो हमारा डेस्टिनेशन है वो बहुत ब्यूटीफुल होता है. आई एम श्योर मेनी ऑफ अस माइट हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड इट इन आवर लाइफ वेयर मे बी मेनी पीपल विल टेल यू कि तुम ये क्यों कर रहे हो, यू नो इट इज़ सच अ फूलिश थिंग टू डू, व्हाई यू डूइंग दिस, ऐसे मत करो, ऐसे करके अपना काम आगे बढ़ा दो. सो वी ऑलवेज हैव टू गेज नॉट टू चूज एन ईजी पाथ simply because it is costing us breaking of virtues. और वर्च्यूज में क्या आ गया, वर्च्यूज में बेसिकली lying to people, और बहुत बार लोग डर के मारे भी झूठ बोल देते हैं, तो अंदर में फियर है तो सही बात बोल नहीं पाते हैं, इसीलिए झूठ बोल देते हैं. सो अगेन वाई, बिकॉज एट दैट मोमेंट इट फील्स लाइक अ easiest solution, or it feels like an easy path. The difficult path is to admit your mistake, or to admit your errors, to admit your faults, and then that feels very difficult. ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं हम बोलेंगे तो कैसा होगा, क्या होगा. But my question to all of you is, have you ever tried doing that? I had come across a very nice video. I will share it later on the Life Simplified group. So बहुत बार छोटी छोटी जो चीज़ें हैं, I'm not even talking about big things, small things. Like suppose you are doing a job, आप एक जॉब करते हैं और आप ऑफिस में लेट पहुंचे. So let's come to the practical part. Practical part में हम लोगों को क्या लगता है, easy क्या है. Suppose your boss is right at the gate, right there at the gate. Or maybe you bump into your boss in the lift itself. And your boss, and then you are late. And now you have to say something. Right? So again, easy path क्या होगा कि sir मेरा टायर पंचर हो गया था, ड्राइवर लेट से आया, या ये गड़बड़ हो गई या वो गड़बड़ हो गई. We will always, that feels very easy. And of course your boss will stay shut. Now what is the difficult path here? The difficult path is to honestly say the right reason behind you reaching late to office. Now what could be the right reason? Suppose you were partying last night and you got up late in the morning. Now this is a difficult path, but are we willing to take it? Now I will just share a true story, true story on the same lines. So once there was this guy who was doing the Achieving Wonders class with me. And in the class we were talking about honesty and virtues. और फिर obviously there is normally class में बहुत बार ये argument होता है कि इतना सच बोलेंगे तब तो हमारा काम ही नहीं होगा. I said no, have you ever tried? Have you ever tried? Have you ever tried at least in the small things? So there was this one guy who came up, and he said that what, I'm being able to do the class. Had I not lied to my boss, तो मैं ये class कर ही नहीं पाता. So he had to lie to the boss that I have something जो भी वो झूठ बोला होगा, और 2 दिन उसको छुट्टी चाहिए थी to do the class. And then I just asked him that have you found any other way to do this class? ठीक है, झूठ बोल के क्लास करना ये एक solution हुआ, but कोई भी problem के तो 100 solutions हो सकते हैं. Have you tried thinking about any other solution? Then he said no, maybe not. I said why don't you give it a try? And that guy was smart. He actually gave it a genuine try because he wanted to do another class and he wanted to do more classes. So मैं सोची कि next time जब आपको class करनी होगी तब आपके दिमाग में फिर से यही आइडिया आने वाला है कि लास्ट टाइम तो झूठ बोल दिए थे और मेरे को छुट्टी मिल गई थी और हम क्लास कर लिए थे, बट नेक्स्ट टाइम क्लास करने के लिए क्या आप फिर से झूठ बोलोगे? एंड एवरी टाइम यू आर लाइंग, ऑब्वियसली समवेयर एक दिन तो आपका अंदर से कॉन्शियस आपको हिट करेगा कि हम कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं. So so he started thinking about it. And the good part is, he said, let me give it a try, to be honest next time. So what he did, he went to the boss and he told honestly to the boss, you know what, I had taken a leave, not for the reason which I told you, but I actually took a leave because I wanted to attend this spiritual course. And he actually took the details of the course and he shared that these are the reasons. And, I should not have lied. But then I realized that I just felt that maybe I should tell you honestly why I took a holiday. And he shared the course details. Guess what happened? In the next class, the boss also came to do the class. And he was also reviewing with the boss. Both of them did the class together. The boss was highly impressed that, wow, this guy is honest. ये तो झूठ बोल के भी काम कर सकता था. And he almost became like the favorite guy of the boss in the office. And this was by standing. So this to me was an example of he took the difficult path of being honest. क्योंकि तब आपको पता नहीं है कि आगे क्या होगा, सच बोलने से क्या होगा. बॉस हो सकता है मेरा जॉब निकाल सकता है, ये कर सकता है, वो कर सकता है, बहुत चीज़ कर सकता है. इसलिए हमको इजी पाथ क्या लगता है, कोई बात नहीं, झूठ बोल दो, नहीं तो हम खाएंगे क्या, पिएंगे क्या, मेरी फैमिली का क्या होगा. But instead of thinking about his family, how about thinking about your soul? So he thought about his soul and he honestly said where he was, and he actually became a star. His boss started trusting him more. उसका बॉस उसको और ज़्यादा ट्रस्ट करने लग गया, उस पर ज़्यादा फेथ लगने लग गया. एंड दे हैपन टू कम फॉर द क्लासेस टुगेदर आफ्टर दैट. Yeah, I hope this person, whoever this, I just don't remember his name. If you're watching and if at all you watch, Please do share your experience with your own in your own way in the comment box if at all you see this. Okay, so this was one example. So I'm going to give you some real life example. Another example which I would like to share, जो बहुत बार families में होता है, families में हम लोग को suppose आपको कोई चीज़ खराब लगी है या कोई चीज़ गलत लगी है, तो हम लोग छोटा सा एक झूठ बोल देते हैं कि नहीं सब चीज़ एकदम ठीक है, no nothing. So we kind of cover it up with a layer of something which has hurt us, something which is bothering us, and externally हम लोग ऐसा दिखाते हैं कि हम लोग forgive कर चुके हैं, लेकिन internally we have not forgiven. So we kind of put a mask on our face, pretending that everything is okay, but internally everything is not okay. Okay? So in such situations, don't you think this is also an easy path? एक easy path हम लोग क्या ढूंढ लेते हैं कि कोई बात नहीं, हम लोग उससे थोड़ा सा हंस बोल लेंगे, उसको smile pass कर देंगे. We make a checklist in our own minds, and the checklist is to pretend that yes, I have forgiven you and I am in love with you and I love to have you in my family, and we pretend. लेकिन अंदर से तो we don't love that person yet. Now the difficult path is to genuinely forgive this person, is to genuinely bring that feeling which we are pretending outside, to instill that feeling inside. And it is tough. It is not so easy. Again, there are two paths. One path is कि आप बाहर से pretend कर दो कि सब चीज़ ठीक है and I like you and I like to have you as a family member, or I like to have this relationship with you. The other path, which is a difficult path, is what you are pretending outside, you actually bring that within. Bring it within. बहुत बार लोग sorry भी बोल देते हैं. Sorry बोल देते हैं only on the outer layer. But when you say that sorry, are you feeling that within? Is it inside? And bringing it inside is a difficult path. But if you take that path, the destination will be very beautiful. Why will the destination be beautiful? Because you will actually feel the karmic release, or you will actually feel that the karmic connection, the karmic hatred, anger is being released, and that is got disintegrated, which can only happen by practicing inner forgiveness. So this is in terms of relationships. I've often seen people, they make a mistake very easily. Sometimes you say a sorry or you put a word across and we feel कि ठीक है हो जाएगा, हमने बोल तो दिया. लेकिन आप देखते हैं कितना बार हम लोग अपने आप से भी ये कंप्लेन करते हैं कि अरे मैंने तो इससे इतने अच्छे से बात की, मैंने तो सब कर दिया, मैंने तो ये भी बोल दिया, वो भी बोल दिया, बट हाउ कम दिस पर्सन इज स्टिल नॉट चेंजिंग, हाउ कम दिस पर्सन इज स्टिल बॉदरिंग मी, हाउ कम दिस पर्सन इज स्टिल बिहेविंग in a rude way or in a cruel way to me. Why? Because your forgiveness and your whatever you're showing outside is only on the outside. It is not yet within. It is not yet in every single cell of your body or in your heart. जब वो दिल से होता है, then the energy shifts, then the energy changes, and it is not easy. जो लोग बोलते हैं कि बहुत easily हमने कर दिया, probably they have not yet done it properly. It is not so easy. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy, and that is a difficult path. But when we do that, the destination is beautiful, and the destination is the karmic release. You will feel that the whole wave is over. You will feel that the whole situation is kind of just disintegrated. The whole issues that would keep boiling within. अगर आप सिर्फ बाहर से pretend करेंगे, which is an easy path, बहुत आसान है बाहर से दिखाना कि सब चीज़ ठीक है, वो बहुत आसान है. Again, that is an easy path. But the destination is not beautiful. Why? Because बाहर से तो आप दिखा रहे हैं, लेकिन अंदर से there will be no peace. There won't be peace inside. If you want the peace inside, what you're showing outside has to be instilled within also, has to be implemented, and it has to be coming from your heart and not just a pretension. So this is in terms of relationships. So this often happens in relationships where we have taken an easy path. What do you think could be other ways where other examples or other ways जहाँ पर आपके पास दो path हैं, एक difficult है, एक easy है. Easy में हमारे virtues break हो रहे हैं, difficult में समय लगेगा, time लगेगा, effort लगेगा, इसलिए हम लोग उसको अपनाते ही नहीं हैं. लेकिन जो अगर हम लोग को लाइफ में बहुत बड़ी सक्सेस चाहिए, if we really want success, then we have to choose the difficult path, which is at times the path of virtues, but that will actually lead if we want to achieve something great in life, then we have to choose that path. Or else be happy with the easy paths or the shortcuts. Just those are more like quick fixes. वो छोटा छोटा क्विक फिक्स आपने कर दिया, उससे चीज़ें फिक्स तो हो गई, लेकिन प्रॉपरली आपकी सोल की जो ग्रोथ है वो प्रॉपरली नहीं हो पाएगी. So this was just a small sharing which I wanted to put it across today. Do think about it. Do share in the comment box. What do you think? How can we, all of us together, bring these small little changes where we don't choose the shortcuts at times and be bold enough even to share the weaknesses within. एक मैंने देखा है कि लोग अपने अंदर की कुछ भी खामियां हैं, कोई वीकनेस है, उसको जल्दी से एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं, और उसे एक्सेप्ट करके उसको हम लोग we kind of feel very shy about it, or we feel very awkward about it, or we don't like to accept it. And because we don't like to accept it, sometimes we pretend, and sometimes we put a layer, and sometimes we take an easy cut, and sometimes then we just become happy with it and we don't try to change the things within, which is actually difficult and time consuming. So think about it, do give it a thought, and do share more examples in the comment box where you might have done something or you're becoming aware of few things. One thing which I had become aware and which I shared is, the little lies that we may say at times just out of fear and just out of quick fixes. People do that in business, people do that in families, people do that many areas where we take it as a quick fix. But do we have the courage to stand up? Now, अगर हम लोग ये self imposed discipline डाल देंगे कि no, whatever it is I will say, अपने आप क्या होगा, हम लोग गलत काम करेंगे ही नहीं. Why? Because you have put a self imposed discipline that whatever it is, you will put it across or you will say it. If you're putting that self imposed discipline, then the question comes, अगर मुझे ये accept करना है, तो might as well I don't do it. And in that, the growth of the soul will happen. Alright? So thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, stay connected. I will see you again next Friday. So Friday and Saturdays, I'll catch up with you again. Atma Namaste. Thank you very much.